And if you care to take a dare, and if you care to take a dare, then I'll make a little bet with you. And if you care to take a dare, then I'll make a little bet with you. Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining us and making me, at least, feel virtually not alone. Pause that to save bandwidth. Hello. This episode of the Griswold Grim live stream is called Trekkie Jesus and the Lobstamonkee Army. Okay, so let's get to the. Remember, everybody, we want what's best for you. There's these live streams where we come together virtually through our devices to feel not alone, and this is one of them. It's part of a network that is emergent in this timeline. In the timeline I come from, boy howdy. But anyway, here we do savings throws against the mind control that you're constantly bombarded with. Specifically the one we're going to bombard you with, but we give you the opportunity to take half damage. In order for that to happen, you choose either survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And then I roll the die, and if it's over 10, you take half damage from the mind control that follows. Ready, set, choose. Survivalist, nat 1 again today. Socialists, 7. Sophists, lovers of wisdom, 18, rocking it horn today. Heart folks, with a 5. Congratulations, and whether, or, if you take full damage, maybe you were supposed to. Maybe you're supposed to. You, magic, you, magic, and me. It's like there's like people in the hive mind named you and magic, so that's a remarkable coincidence right now, because also you, magic, and me, and I was gonna eat a piece of pie before this stream, but time snuck up on me while I was looking for the PDF of archetypes and integral calculus that's on the Discord. I just thought I had already downloaded it, and I was looking for it on the computer, and I got swept away, and I did not get to eat my pie. I was looking for it because this Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, I think, we get together and we talk about this archetypes and integral calculus thing. And we're back on this Sunday. It's an event in the Discord. You can get in the Discord by clicking on the link in the description. I think nobody tells me when it breaks. So I wasn't really ready to start. I had been trying to rehearse that song part all day, because like when I'm getting ready to do stuff, singing the same song over and over, I don't know, it helps. There was this thing where, like, the other day we kind of went through the sacred geometry after school thing, but like the part I showed you wasn't the part I wanted to. So while you see that, I'm going, just watch this.
All or rotate, there's just infinite emptiness in all directions. So in order to move, you need something in relation to move to. Before there was light, there was movement. Once Spirit created a point in space, it was able to move to the edge of its awareness and expand consciousness, creating another circle to form the Vesica Pisces. This football-shaped opening in the middle is the geometric image through which light was created, and it is also the geometric shape through which our eyes receive light. Spirit would continue to expand its awareness, following the Genesis pattern by moving to each intersection of the circumferences and expanding. The second movement creates the third circle, which forms the Holy Trinity.
Speaking of the Holy Trinity, shout out Josh Garrison. Hey, how's it going?
With each movement, more information unfolds. By the fourth motion, we have moved halfway around the first circle, 180 degrees from the first motion. On the fourth day of Genesis, exactly half of creation was completed. After 6 movements, 6 days, a geometric miracle takes place. We have a complete pattern, the seed of life. This complete pattern is called the seed of life, for it contains the recipe of life and all its potential. The second rotation of circles forms a 3-dimensional shape. The ancients who were concerned with life and death called this cluster of spheres the egg of life. Your entire existence is dependent on the egg of life structure. Everything about you, from your height to your eye color, was created through the egg of life form. Spirit would continue.
You guys see the cube? Like, you should be able to already see a 6-sided die in this figure. Here's also this. Oh look, trees and shit. So, why is that so long? Nope, wait. It doesn't need to be all that long. That's ridiculous. Josh, magic. The flower of life. Cute. Rumor has it the general has his own private cube. Wow, you have stalker stats? How do you stalker stats? You. That's impressive. I'm impressed. Oh, whoa, we're doing a stream here. It's called Trekkie Jesus and the Lobstamonkee Army. Now, remember, everybody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. So what happened is this guy had a conversation with this guy yesterday. It was released to everybody. And the guy on the left there, I have a really hard time watching because I have all sorts of, like, he was in bed with the Clintons and doing terrible things to Haitian people during the earthquake. Propaganda. And then also there's that scene in that James Gunn movie he made where he was like where he was a vigilante superhero. And there's that scene in that movie, he's like, why am I this? And that just like, it was too close to home. And so I don't like this guy on the left. And this guy on the right, he's like big and wordy and creepy. And I don't really like him either. But I see this, and the people I know are talking about it happening on the Twitters. And so I'm like, okay, God, you know, you can't live in a bubble of stuff that only you like. And so look at it. And so I looked at it. And here's a clip I pulled from looking at it.
Right.
Wait a minute. No, this is not the clip. What have you done? What have you just put it here. Okay, go.
Problems around race, and everyone is fed, and there's equal justice everywhere. So now humanity can turn to the stars, but there is something really beautiful and downright kind of utopian about that idea that, you know, and I was always fascinated as a kid, like, wait, there's no racism on Earth. There's no one goes hungry.
No hunger, yeah,
So we can put all of our impetus into exploring space and getting to know alien races and building coalitions in space. Like, that's amazing. Why can't us humans be focusing on that right now? I mean, it sounds great. Sign me up. Can't we just work more on that and a little bit less on what's currently going on in the political world? So.
And so I see this part while I'm watching this, and I grab it and I say, aha, because one of the most valuable types of feedback a presenter such as myself can receive is like the time-stamped, the tree tag. We have this logo tree tagging for making timestamps of specific moments. But Chief Reaper Frag did that for me in one of the other streams from the other day. This one. Oh, I was wearing one of these shirts. He says, that is exactly what happened. Oh, you can't see. Anyway, he says that is exactly what happened. And he's talking about this. Them. And you nuked them, and you nuked the extended families, and then replaced it with set. The television set, which instead of your families telling you about what life was like, because firsthand accounts, the set told everybody what life was like. And that is how they killed Osiris. And Osiris is the good but blind fatherly rule that holds everything together. And then Isis goes nuts in chaos. People start chopping off their penises. It's horrible, and it's that guy is another. He's a bit of another, but so that this Star Trek Jesus notion or Trekkie Jesus, as it says in the title, was when I noticed that not only did what happened was. It's like we had all these myths of the past and how creation was made. But once Set had control of our collective imagination, it began creating science fiction, like utopia daydreams that we started doing collectively via the television or via the people programming us with those visions of the future. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird how they made all of the kids read 1984 and Brave New World? As if to seed their consciousnesses with the notions therein and the plausibility thereof, so that their fear could pour shadow faith into those molds. And This is the Griswold Grim YouTube live stream for September 16th, 2022. He's joined in the Hive Mind chat by All-Seeing You, I Am Magic, and the mighty himself, Grail Country, who can understand not knowing DBH, but I thought everyone watched The Office. That's right, they had a conversation with the Dwight Schrute himself, Rainn Wilson, and David Bentley Hart, who doesn't put the Bentley in his name on Zoom. Oh, you should have a wrench to protect you from people with wrenches. So I'm not asking you to be responsible. That's just for your own protection. We lost the stories that come from the earth itself. See my conversation with Martin Shaw. Way to go, Grail Country. That's what I like. You jab into self-promotion like I would. Makes me happy. So, but yes, apparently Dwight's writing this book on how Kung Fu and Star Trek shaped humanity. And it's like, you're kind of on point because Seth had access to all of our brains. All of our brains. And so, and the Star Trek universe, as ever, it was like one of the first embodied fandoms, right? Convention-wise and whatnot. So, but like the Star Trek universe was our first, like, I don't know first, but okay. So like, you know how Jesus is the perfect. This is how you do the perfect person. Be a perfect person, just like this. Like the Star Trek universe dream gave us that projection of a possible future to aim at as a collective. And like apparently this is where we're at when we try to get there. Yeah, that's Dwight. Here, you guys check it out for a little bit.
Those two shows in this chapter, but many of the shows in the 70s, like, really inspired me as an actor. You know, all the great sitcoms and comedies and MASH and Bob Newhart and so many great comedies of the time. But those two specifically had a kind of a spiritual component.
Well, no, the funny thing is, with Kung Fu, I mean, I have to admit, I would not have gone into religious studies probably. In fact, my entire life, professionally speaking, was shaped by having, as I considered my personal masters, Master Han and Master Po. I really feel that Key Luke, for instance, formed me as a young man, and I owe him everything. But they mentioned about Star Trek. It's true. That's another thing about growing up in the 70s is we were of an age. We're part of the post-war. There was still that post-war optimism that had created the United Nations, and we believed that the constant social progress was something almost written into the fabric of things. You know, I mean, for all the tragedy of the time, from Vietnam War, for the assassination of.
That's funny. You mentioned the assassination. I recently did an AI artwork of the assassination of JFK.
Right? There's identities being created in your agency, identities being created in the world as an arena, so you and the world fit together. You know when that's missing, when you're really lonely or you're homesick or you're suffering culture shock. So this is participatory.
Is that how you feel? Is that why you're here now? Do we make you feel virtually not alone? Don't you wish you too could grope this bubble? No. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Time. Oh, God.
Talking about, though, is more what my interior life was like.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because if you had been a hippie agnostic guy and you met me when I was in my really conservative Catholic life, I would have been super nice to you. And you could have come over to my house and hung out and whatever, you know.
But you were just feeling this external pressure from...
Well, internal pressure too.
Internal,
you know,
okay.
Like, yeah, like I had always felt like I don't know. I'd always had that annoying
So,
feeling that I was born
what?
in the wrong time or something.
Oh, your achronasticness. Yeah, me too. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. So I was watching that episode of the Grail Country earlier, and there's this one point I did not bother to clip when I should have, where he gets into, like, he has this summum bonum moment. And, like, I just say, like, that technically means God reaching out, so maybe not. But it's like when a new concept comes into your mind and really rocks your world, like in that pet cow rip. We have Bishop Barron with the Summum Bonum, and he's talking about the first time that Dylan song hit him. Like, we have all these, especially as old people, we have all these points in our lives where we were cruising along believing this stupid shit or this other shit, and then something came in and made us think of things in a whole new, different way. And I think those things and the exchange of those things is something that we should take advantage of during the time that our species has access to the internet. And if you think so too, drop some clips in the clip stream of the Broken Clock Tower Discord, like Lynn Lavoie did with this clip. I don't have it pulled up yet. It's got to load. I don't want it like people beeping me with the bloop bloop during the streams and stuff, so I close it. But we have this clip stream place in the Reaper's Hall where just whatever you're finding, you should probably grab and share with the group if you think it resonates with, you know, the things we think about. And apparently she thought this was one of those moments.
United States, BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard. Those three institutions wield not tens of billions or even hundreds of billions of dollars, or even trillions of dollars, but tens of trillions of dollars. $21 trillion just in the hands of those three institutions. Half of that, 21 trillion, almost in the hands of one. Yet, here's the rub. It's not even their money. Mm-hmm. It's the money of everyday citizens in that democratic society who has been aggregated by the hands of, which has been aggregated in the hands of these small institutions that are using the money of other people to advance social and political agendas through the market that most of the owners of capital actually disagree with. So in a certain sense, there's a large-scale breach of trust here. Even if you accepted that the guys who have the gold get to make the rules if it's their own gold, that's a proposition we can itself debate. The funny part here is it's not even their gold. So that's the betrayal at the heart of the modern ESG system. And you ask the question of who gets to decide.
Did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch how I had been saying, like, I don't have Discord open because it makes that noise? And then, like, right before the guy in the clip said betrayal, it made that noise. Did you guys catch that? Hey, Lunch! I thought I lost you. You have a song on your channel. Can you put the link in the chat, or you're not allowed because you're not a moderator?
Because
is this a horrible ploy to get moderator status? All right, everybody. Freedom's Lunch wants to share with us a song and is being granted temporary moderator status so he can give me the link to it in the chat. And should the song be terrible, well, he'll get his moderator status revoked for sure, and then you guys can decide his fate if we hide him from the channel. And if it's wonderful, we can all clap. That sound like fun for everyone? I hope so. Also, here's a clip that Lynn Lavoie caught of our. This is just, you should go find this just so you can see the thumbnail. It's amazing.
We can't joke with each other. Well, can we trust you if we're dealing with a structure fire, right? So, in that sense, that was a huge educational experience. Because even though at first it might have increased my somberness, like, you know, clearly I don't belong here, right? You know, I'm just some nerd. What am I doing at the fire department? It's probably a mistake that they let me in. You kind of learn that they're trying to actually pick you up by poking a bit at you and see if you poke back. And that kind of helps, you know, because you could see that within the somber frame as a, oh, see, people hate me.
Oh, see, people hate me. Okay, so I see that the All-Seeing You has beat Freedom's Lunch to link dropping. However, it seems that they're not dropping the same link. And I know All-Seeing You to be terribly untrustworthy. And Freedom's Lunch to be on a performative evaluation at present. So we're going to take his link, copy the link address, and put it in front of the audience with blind trust. Remember, Embody, you can determine Freedom Lunch's hive mind fate based on your opinion of this right here. Oh, well, that went wrong. It does. Pasting links is weird if I do it like, I don't know. Have a pudding cloud. I'm exposing my people to this mind control. I'm not even reading along. Hold on. What? Pudding down. Pudding cloud. Pudding cloud. Pudding cloud. Pudding cloud. This is the song. You see, it's elementary, just like my old dank dong. This is the thunder throng, and we go out to fires in the deep clouds. Conspire. This is the sweetest scene. This the pudding tree, and we go up, down. Seasons pudding cloud, pudding cloud, pudding cloud, pudding cloud. Alright, there's a sample. Apparently the links are in the chat. I hope you enjoyed it. Studio mode, go away. Hey, welcome back, welcome back. So thank you for your contribution, Freedom's Lunch. Everybody, we need to, I guess now as you determine your fate. Should his moderator status be revoked for that horrible thing he just put in everyone's mind? And if so, should he also be executed from the chat? Or should we praise him for his work? If you believe the latter, do like a clap emoji or say clap or yay, or just be positive in the hive mind chat and I'll know. And if 3 people are positive about you, Freedoms, then you will be spared the defamation case. You don't count as the person there. So please vote for Freedom's fate with either like your silence, which means kill him, or an emoji, which mean, or a clap, which means praise and good. So you've already got 2, it looks like, unless that brain candy doesn't count you. I'm counting it. Oh, and Josh Garrison likes it. Looks like Freedom's Lunch is spared. Spared his potential fate and appreciated for the work of the pudding cloud. So I guess we'll run the rest of it then, eh? Oh no, the song had a hidden part that we didn't know existed before we voted.
Time to talk to me. I never in space in things hollering, falling asleep, and assemble on a speak alone.
Wow. It's like, dude, that sounds like, I'm not going to say whether or not this is a compliment, but that part sounded like, to me, like someone had summoned David Bowie into a summoning circle and was poking him with, like, the things you put marshmallows on in the campfire. You know, I might have liked it. Maybe that was me liking it, you know?
Of Martin Luther King Jr. and the other murders at the time, we still had the sense that we put, you know, the Second World War has been a kind of barricade, or, you know, barzakh, as they say in Arabic, that there was no, that the future actually could be this sort of radiant, idealist, ever more pluralist, ever more, and I think we really believe that at some.
See, that the guy on the right, he really creeps me out. It's disturbing. Okay, you know, it is all right, and we love it. We all love it. So I'm gonna run the rest of it on the way out. We made it. It's Friday. We have a weekend. I don't know whether or not there's going to be a Saturday service, but probably. It seems to be. It's like I do this all the time, hoping that in some way enough people will think that what I do is worth a cup of coffee, and then, like, enough cups of coffee and you can live, right? Oh wait, we need to go. I need to finish going through what's in the description of this Trekkie Jesus and Lobstamonkee Army Stream, because I deliver on my descriptions around here, ladies and gentlemen. What have I done, ladies? I deliver on the. What is even that? Why is that a tab? What? Okay, it's that one. This is the one I'm looking for. And then the description, you can see it if you hit edit. It says, the further influence of Set, which is what we covered with the Trekkie Jesus part. All right, HOG FARM and Deadwood. Son of a bit. Social memory complex in Zartan. All right, shit. Okay, well, all right. First social memory complex, right? Like, everybody who has seen and been influenced by the Star Trek series, like whether or not they include themselves in the fandom, right, has Star Trek as a referent object in their mind. There's a thing, like, you say Trekkie and there's a definition there. So there's a collection, a complex of memory holding individuals, a social complex that share a memory. It's a social memory complex. So everybody who shares whatever set of memories is part of that complex. It's raw stuff, but that's what that means, and that's why I put it in the description. And then I also put in Zartan. Okay, the president right now is Zartan. It's in the Cobra movies, in the G.I. Joe, like, used to be toys, and then they made them into live action movies. There's the part where there's the big reveal. Zartan is the chameleon president. There's a bet it's in our reality, and I wanted to bring it out and mention Zartan, probably because over on the board here, we have Kekomega and the amphibian lie, right? In the Zartan, and Zartan was the swamp people, but he was also a chameleon, and so there's something there, and he was, like, probably one of the best archetypes in the cartoon series, I would say, as a connoisseur of cartoon archetypes. I think that okay, and then jeez, there is no agency. The HOG FARM. The HOG FARM is the hand of God field requisition field agent requisition manual. So like right now, my laptop has gone out, and so I would flip through the HOG Farm manual, and then be like, okay, I need to requisition laptop 674 because it's been rated as a streaming laptop by the other agents, and we'll do that some other time. But the lobstamonkee army is we're in an information war, and like everybody's eating all this content, and the people who eat the content and find like a resonant chunk, right? And they're like, hey, that part, right? They come and they bring it to us. Right now, that's a lobstamonkee. It's an evolving thing. Because monkeys evolve, they tell us. Hey, Saint Sartori, good to see you. I haven't invested enough time in your recent stuff to know whether or not it's safe to plug. Although there was that part where you're in England, so I can. That's right. I did watch it enough to see you in England. Here we go. Saint Sartori driving in England, ladies and gentlemen.
We can't
to the music
on any level
of Pudding Cloud.
I fall in love and like the edge of the cloudburst to make the storm repeat of ours as if they were golden. Time to talk to me and live out in space.
You know, oh, no wait, no, stop it. You know, oh, I can't. Things have gone off the rails. Things have gone off the rails. Thanks everybody for being here on this. Thanks everybody for this Trekkie Jesus and the lobstamonkee army. I owe everybody. I owe everybody a much better coverage of the lobstamonkee. I really bit off way more than I could chew with the title and the description. And with all the fun we have in the Hive. I underestimated how much fun we'd be having in the Hive Mind chat. I thought I'd be talking more about nonsense. But, thank you everyone for making us all feel less alone, but more virtually not. Goodbye everybody. Thanks Shadow Cabal. You make this all possible. I love you. Goodbye.